Hello, it's hard to believe it's already September.
Yeah, I don't know where the summer goes. It seems to get quicker every year, doesn't it? So, welcome back to the autumn. I don't know whether you've got loads and loads of plans for the next term, or whether you're a bit like us, scrabbling around thinking, "Oh my goodness, we've started back and we're not quite sure what we're up to."
Yeah, there's always that. However much you've thought ahead and planned, when you get there, there's a sense of urgency and perhaps unpreparedness, which is possibly touches on our theme for this month. And Barry's going to tell you the story of a collective worship that he took before the end of term.
Yeah, I was asked to go into a primary school and do collective worship around the idea of transition and moving on in a community school, not a church school. And they're always keen to use Bible stories when we go in and do those things. So I thought I'd use the story of David and Goliath, something the children probably were a little bit familiar with. So I've got the tallest year 6 out to play Goliath, which he was very excited to be big and scary. And then the smallest year 1 to come and be David. So this tiny little dot of a girl came out to the front, and I then got to play King Saul in the story and equip her ready to fight Goliath. So I had a big jacket to put on as armour and a big hat to put on as a helmet, and my trusty lightsaber to use as a sword, and my big boots for her to put on, which was quite funny that she could get her feet still in her shoes inside my boots, and then she kind of clomped around at the front of the assembly getting ready for battle. And I said to her, "Do you think you could go and fight Goliath dressed like this?" And she looked at me and said, "Yeah, I think I could give it a go," which was not really the answer that I wanted, but it was quite funny. And then we talked about how she really wasn't going to be able to do anything in all this clobber, and that's how David felt when Saul put the armour on him, that he was kind of overwhelmed and overburdened with all of this stuff, as Saul thought that's what you needed to fight. And David took all of those things off and just used the things that he already had with him, the things that he knew how to use, his slingshot and a couple of stones off the ground. And as we all know, defeated Goliath through doing that. And the message I wanted these children to hear, particularly those year 6s as they were getting ready to go to big school, was that you can just be yourself. You just can go with the things that you've got. You don't have to try to be somebody else, aspire to be like all these people around you in a good way, but you don't have to act up and put on clothing that doesn't fit for you. Be content to be who you are and who God's made you to be.
And that's our message to you as well, that quite often at the beginning of term you receive an onslaught of people's expectations on you, and our message is really that you are enough, and the resources that you hold in your hand and that you're familiar with, your own nice smooth pebbles and the slingshot in your pocket, is exactly what you need. And that if you start to encumber yourself with other people's expectation, with that kind of oversized armour, then we just know it's not going to work. So I heard recently on Steve Wright's Sunday Love Songs, this guy had phoned in and said that his wife's constant mantra to herself was, "I am enough." And actually that's a really good message for us to hold for ourselves and on behalf of other people as well, that actually we are enough, and that the Holy Spirit will fully equip us with what we need for these coming weeks and beyond. And if at any time we look around ourselves and think, actually, I do have these tools, and I am fully equipped for what is needed, but actually I'd really like to kind of hone those skills, or maybe I'd like to be able to step up and be able to hold a really good conversation and properly advocate for the children and families and young people that I'm working alongside, then there are always learning opportunities, and we've got some particularly exciting opportunities that we'd like to share with you over the coming months.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a number of different things that you can do. For a start, you can just come and hang out with us. So we run our coffee and catch up sessions all around the diocese. So keep your eyes peeled for those. We try and pop up somewhere close to you at least once a year, and hopefully more often than that as our team grows and our ability to do that grows. And that's a great place to just come and chat with us, but also to be like iron sharpening iron when you meet others that are in children, youth and families work, and you can kind of learn from each other. So those are always great opportunities to do those things. There's some more formalised things happening. We're part of the Growing Faith Foundation, and the Growing Faith Foundation have got a leadership development program that starts in January. So we'd encourage you, if you're thinking about stepping into that kind of more strategic leadership, that's a perfect program to have a look at. So chat to us, shows the expert knows all about those things. If you're maybe just exploring leadership for the first time, or you've got some people around you that you think would be really good to explore leadership, then our friends at One Life run their leadership certificate. That starts in January as well. Most of these things you can do predominantly distance learning, so you don't have to travel great places, and that's a great program to be a part of. We're also still partnering with SWIM if you're looking for a more formalised training and something that might lead on to a degree course, or if you've got a young leader in your midst, or a leader in your midst that you think might benefit from doing a 1 year kind of internship program, then SWIM have all of those programs. And we're also in conversations with CMS about some pioneering training that they're developing that will be either both a specialism in youth work and theology or children's work and theology. So again, a 1 year distance learning course, but something that we're hoping over the coming year we'll be able to develop. So lots and lots of training opportunities for us. And of course, the other thing which we're launching this autumn is our Connect Young Leaders program. So if you've got somebody that's in their teens or up to sort of early 20s that you think has got a real leadership gifting, not necessarily in children and youth work, but that's somebody that you feel God's pointing into leadership in all spheres of life and all aspects of life, then the Connect team are running leadership programs, which are 8-week-long programs. They'll be meeting in the evening. There'll be a number of those coming in this autumn once we've got critical mass of people. So encourage young people to have a go at that. Tell them that you see that thing in them and that you want them to explore that with us, and encourage them to sign up for that because we know that there is lots and lots of young people out there who have got that gift in them, but it just needs to be honed and it needs to be released in them. So we want to help you to help them do that over this coming year.
And it might sound a bit of a contradiction to tell you that you are enough and then to be offering you a menu of training opportunities. But actually, when we are in these roles of advocacy for children, young people and families, it's really important that we have that ability within us, and we are not put upon, that we are able to speak out our truth and not to accept other people's expectations. And what these trainings can do is really, really hone those skills, really do the work of the stream running over the pebbles and smooth them and make them fit for purpose. So do have a look at those. All the links are in the text of the newsletter today. So do follow them up, or give us a call or drop us an email if you'd like to know any more details. We're always happy to come and have a chat with any of you outside of the coffee and catch up. But if you just like a one-to-one, then do get in touch with us. But yeah, welcome back. Have a great September. Enjoy everything that lies ahead of you, and we will all see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.